How was this shit not at? Let me do something about this. Guess I'll put the thumbnail in afterwards if they keep playing with me. It's alright, it's not even that serious. Okay. Make sure I tag you in it. And got you tagged.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Now we can get down to it. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? This is Jay Leno. I'm here with my guy, Jonan Level Fox. What's going on, Brody?
Well, yo, what's happening? How's everything?
Not much. Pretty good, man. A lot has dropped, man. It's kind of hard trying to figure out where I want to start at. You know what? I think we can start off with the Tales of the TMNT, then we can roll into our comics after that. So, what are your thoughts so far with the Tales of the TMNT?
Oh, honestly, it still hasn't impressed me, or it has yet to impress me, or prove me wrong about how I think this show kind of has wasted potential, anyways.
Hmm. See, going into this, it's to me it's better than the movie Mutant Mayhem,
Oh
but
yeah,
like
I agree.
this doesn't. I mean, pretty much they took characters from the comics like the Mutanimals, but it has its own origin. Like it's not it doesn't adapt from any other storyline. So,
Oh yeah, I mean, and to me that's a little bit of the problem though. But let me just piggyback off the Mutant Mayhem thing because, funny enough, I was kind of looking at my old review about Mutant Mayhem, and I was like, man, they kind of already set this universe up for like a little bit of failure because even with like the Shredder thing, because Shredder
mm-hmm.
won't be connected to the Ninja Turtles, it would probably just be another like villain or something. You know, the best part about the Shredder is it's connected to these Master Splinter, at least get she or whatever story kind of thing.
Well, I think it's still open that they'll use the Shredder connection with the Purple Dragons. Could you think? I mean, that could still be a possibility
Yeah,
because I mean, they did just give us Kitsune.
that is possible. Like,
Would that?
but that would be like more of like like organized crime and all that stuff. Which I mean, yeah, that is the Shredder's thing. But I mean, like when I mean like a connection kind of connection with the to all that. Which that's always what I felt
Well,
like what makes the show stand out compared to like other TMT villains.
hmm. But I will. So one thing that I immediately look past with this series is these aren't like in chronological order or any time frame. Like these are it's literally what the title is. These are different tales. So I think each season can get
Yeah.
really random. It's going to end up getting like random with stories. The sequel is to be said that it's going to include Shredder, and I don't know how they're gonna what Shredder's going to look like and how they're going to include him, but we've got them. No, and we still have is it Cynthia Ultram?
Oh
You
yeah.
still got you still got
I
the
think she.
Ultrium. You
Yeah.
still got the
Little.
Ultriums as well.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I almost forgot about her, but yeah, she was the one that I
Mm-hmm.
think she got like Stockman killed or something. Maybe. So yeah, I mean there is that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with that though. But for this
So
show though,
yeah.
for Tales of TMNT, I can see that they're trying to avoid using Shredder because I know he's off right now because they're saving him for the movie. So they're trying to do other
Hmm.
stuff. So like that's a little bit on a more so level than the Shredder. That's just my though.
I mean, that's obvious. It was obvious that Jackie Chan wasn't going to do this TV show. That's why we got no Jackie Chan voice.
Oh yeah, that or no none of the other like celebrities like we're definitely not seeing no John Cena
Yeah,
at
we
least not
so
for
we
no
didn't see
TV show.
Bebop and Rocksteady. We didn't. We I don't even think that was Post Malone. That was Ray Fillet or Hannibal Buress. That was Genghis Frog. We didn't get Mondo as well.
Oh yeah,
So
Mondo was in that. Yeah, so no, I mean I definitely when this show was being created, I was like, I know these celebrities aren't coming back for the show because the same kind of thing happened with Kung Fu Panda and stuff. Because they had the two movies and stuff at first, and then they had a TV show, and like I don't think most of the actors like they had like Lucy Liu, Jackie Chan, Jack Black, and all
mm,
that in there. So I'm like, yeah, they're not coming back for a TV show unless they had a lot more money.
yeah, I got you. Okay, so another opinion I wanted to ask of yours is do you well how did you feel seeing the more passive version of Leonardo?
Not a huge fan. The other day where I was like, why does Leonardo always get all this disrespect? But
Hmm.
it's just like because the thing about Leonardo is like Leo is like the older brother and stuff. He's always looking out for everyone. He's like the family guy now, like Splinter Junior and all that basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it just they don't it, and I'm not like really a huge fan when it goes down to that at least. But I'm not saying Leo don't got his
See,
insecurities though, because he definitely got that.
yeah, so like with the four, especially with the first four episodes, uh, I could seriously see why like they need each other and what's missing apart from me from them like being a whole like unit. I could them isolated. They're just at this point, I guess within their maturity, this seems like they're like a bit of a danger to themselves. But
Yeah, I
these are
guess. I mean,
they're fairly new.
I never really thought of it like that because I'm not
Because if
against the idea.
like
Because I'm not
yeah.
against the idea of like having. Oh no, I was saying I
Mhm.
wasn't against the idea of like a character focused episode or whatever. I
Oh,
mean, for this plot, it kind of feels a little like, um, okay, this is a little bit simple. Like could have been like a one and done episode, really. But which kind of got me. But yeah, it's not a bad characters traits and their like characterization and stuff. Like what makes them unique from each other. So I definitely see it. Like at least the potential there. You know.
yeah. I've always enjoyed like with every iteration of different series of the Turtles. I've always liked the solo missions. This I mean, it always stood out to me. But then to me, like this, I think this is the one moment to where I think this is the weakest I've seen Leo. But I mean, it's through his immaturities. Like he's second guessing himself. He's like, yeah, he's very
Like
passive,
he's indecisive.
indecisive. Yeah, exactly. This is like the most indecisive version. I mean, Raph is oh
Yeah,
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 like and then it
yeah. Like I know what you mean.
with
Because I
Lee.
mean, I've been watching some of your reviews and stuff. All right. Wait, what
Okay,
is it?
okay. So it's like, but what I will say that this series doesn't necessarily show like more favoritism towards a particular turtle. I feel like in 2003, Leonardo was like written to be everyone's favorite a bit more than some of the other series. I
Yeah,
feel
I'll say
like I
that
feel like I feel like
for like,
I feel like Mikey stood out the most in 2012.
yeah, they love Mikey in
And
2012.
mhm. And then like the original
Oh yeah,
series,
what are
it
you
ran
gonna say?
for so many seasons. It ran for so many seasons, so like everybody kind of got a bit of a balance in the original series. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like in 2003, I would
I,
say like up until like the original run of like season four, I think, or at least the Lost
mm,
Tribunal. Yeah, I can definitely say Leo with everyone else in the mix, and then later on, I would say like fast forward and definitely Back to the Sewers was like kind of a little bit more so Michelangelo
mm,
and a little bit of Donatello, definitely to Back to the Sewers because his whole he was trying to save Splinter.
mm. But I did like all the fight scenes. Like it might just be because of how the animation is. I was really surprised on if they're going to be good fight scenes because I just didn't see it coming. But I don't know. They were able to get some nice moves off. I definitely like the villains as well. That Gold Link, I don't know who he was at first. I thought he was lame as hell, but when I saw Gold Link get down and do those fight scenes, he seemed like a little mini Yoda at a certain time.
Oh yeah, the little goldfish character. Yeah, I think that was the
Mm-hmm.
recent episode I just saw. I think either this morning or last. Yeah, this morning or so. It was pretty interesting. I was more impressed with the eel character at least, but I mean, or at least it was like I
Mm.
like the design and the attention, but I wasn't really a huge fan of the banter and all that between her and Michelangelo. I was like, you guys are kind of going back and forth, or you're equipping too much. I'm like, can we get back to the fighting and the stakes here?
Did you
That's how I
laugh
felt.
at the
But
yeah, did you laugh at when was Genghis Frog funny to you at the in the grocery store?
not really. No, there's a lot of jokes in
Really?
the show
Oh
that
man,
that
I was
wasn't.
laughing. Okay.
There was a lot of jokes in this show that I just wasn't a huge fan of. I was just like, maybe one joke was like, all right. I was like, all right, that was a little funny. Like that's exactly how I said. I was like, all right, that was a little funny right there. That one scene. I can't remember what it was, but everything else though, it's like, all right, this joke is going on way too long. Can we take this a little bit more
Mm.
seriously.
I would honestly
And
want to
that's
see
mostly my major
with
problem
this
with.
show. Okay, okay. Elaborate.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if my thing was in sync or whatever. But anyways, that's kind of like my major problem with this show in general is like it doesn't like take itself too seriously, and that's a little bit with Rise too. Where I mean, yeah, it does take itself a little seriously at certain scenes, but it's like they have a lot of jokes that kind of undercut it in a way, right? Or they're joking at the wrong time. They should be taken seriously. So, like, or even like the story itself, like I'm pretty sure like and I can't get this out of the back of my head because they watered down the ninja aspect about the Ninja Turtles. And it was like, well, they just learned it from like home videos. And I'm like, movies and home
That's
videos
my
and stuff.
pet
And I'm
peeve.
like,
Yeah.
from watching home movies or whatever. Exactly. Like, I'm not against it, but for them to be Ninja Turtles and all that stuff, and them fighting gangs and stuff. I'm like, wait, they had to learn from like an actual ninja master to do what they can do, or fight triceratons or whatever. But anyways, but one of the things that made the Mirage comics, like really stand out was that it was so unorthodox, but yet the story kind of made sense as to why why they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know. So that's where I feel
I
like
mean,
that's my pet peeve is like that.
I really want to see with this TV show
That
how children feel about this. Because if they're trying to reach children, a new generation, I would hope the new generation would fall in love with this. Because
I can
I don't think this
imagine
is for
because
us.
it does. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not. I can imagine. It definitely. I'm not gonna lie. I did get into it where I just gave my opinion, and some people were like, "Why'd you say that, bro?" Or "Oh, you should have kept it." That kind of thing. I'm just like, all right. But it's like,
Mm.
like Teen Titans Go, and
Mhm.
that's actually what I'm going to call my own when I make that video. But basically, it's
You're
like
going
Teen
in and
Titans
out a
Go.
lot, Johnny.
We grew up with
Johnny, your mic's going in and
Teen
out a lot.
Titans pretty much, right? Okay.
There we go. We got you back. There we go. Hello, hello. Yeah, yeah, I
All
can.
right, I'm back. All right. Yeah, something like that happens. I'll probably switch to my phone or whatever. But anyways, um, it's like we grew up with Teen Titans and all that stuff, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like the generation that came later, they grew up with Teen Titans Go, and they were cool with it. But we're like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, we don't like Teen Titans Go. It's like a bastardization or a perversion of the original Teen Titans. So I kind of think that this show is kind of like that phase of Teen Titans Go, where yeah, the new generation will like it because I can imagine like yeah, in this generation, I'll probably love this show, but as an adult, I'm just like nah. Like I just like it.
See, I mean, yeah, I think that's me by default being a super fan. I mean, I agree with you. I'm gonna watch no matter what. I'm gonna watch the TMNT, but I think I don't think I disagree with you at anything because like the whole martial arts aspect and that connection and that culture that's supposed to be passed down from Splinter and Hiroku Saki's clan and the legacy behind the foot soldiers itself, that being knocked out, I think that's going to be substituted out with their interaction with being actual teenagers. So I guess would
Yeah,
you so do you do you think this TV show is going to be this going to have more life lessons than the previous Ninja Turtle shows that we watched? Because I
nah,
did feel that
they're
element a
definitely
little
not.
bit.
Well, yeah, they might have a little bit of it, but it's like I'm gonna use Master Splinter this time. So this version of Master Splinter, as we know, well, actually, let me just say Master Splinter in general. Now, Master Splinter is supposed to be like that type of tough dad. That's very like that's a hard ass, and he's like, typical Japanese parent that's gonna be hard on you and all that stuff. Like an actual dad.
Mm-hmm.
So in the show, or even in Mutant Mayhem, or Rise too, he's kind of like laid back, or he's just so passive and stuff. And I'm like, see, this is why the Turtles, or why they was tough dad or not, but why they're just gonna walk over him like a doormat because he didn't teach them any discipline, or he didn't like be like, hey, you know what I mean? Like they're just yeah, or any like good morals. Like he literally taught them how to steal and everything. I'm just like, how is that heroic?
All right, so to be objective, so what this is actually this might be an adaptation of what parenting like is now. Because parents aren't as stern as they used to be. They're
Yeah,
easygoing like freaking Splinter. So like I guess
yeah.
this might be
I
more
can
relative
imagine
towards
it'll be like,
children with that adaptation.
yeah, I can definitely see that. It'll be like, because the way I see it, it's like this Master Splinter will be like, all right, let me take away the tablet or whatever. Here's a tablet, and get away from me or whatever. Compared to like, let's say 2003 Splinter, where he made the turtles read books and all that. Like they each have a favorite book of their.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna mess this, but the Art of War by Sun Tzu. Raph's favorite book is
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park. Michelangelo's.
Hey,
Donatello's
Jonah,
is
before you continue on,
Albert
you're saying
Einstein.
some important stuff. I'm just gonna ask you to hop on your phone because you just dropped some gems that I definitely want clearly said.
Oh, there
All
you
right,
go.
Jonah will be back with us in just one moment. Mm-mm-mm-mm. There we go. Waiting for his feed to show up. One momentos. There we go. Uh-oh. Maybe you gotta try one more time, Joni. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, there we go. Got you back. Okay, so
All right, perfect.
you were at the point of explaining Splinter being disciplined, and you were going into the Turtles' favorite books, and this was in which series?
Oh, this is the 2003 series.
Okay, yeah. I wanted you to pick up from there.
All right, so some of their favorite books, like Leonardo's, is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but
Mm-hmm.
about how he's a good strategist and all that. Raphael's is Jurassic Park, which Raph, he loves dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Donatello, his favorite book is Albert Einstein, The Theory of Relativity. That's his favorite book. And Michelangelo's is The Little Wild Things. So, what I mean? Like all those things, I'm just saying, like, yeah. And I only learned that really from the Wikipedia, though, but still, kind of a little important.
So okay, so like maybe so do you okay beyond just the Ninja Turtles? Do you think that this is we're going to get if we're going to get reintroduced to these properties and like they're adapting it to our society? Because I mean, in the same sense, when you think about the boys primarily had made their comic book series based off of 9/11, and whereas now we're getting an adaptation of our politics. The boys are centered off of politics and implementing them to the superhero lore from DC and Marvel. So I guess in the same sense, this is what we're dealing. This is what's going on with the Ninja Turtles. Of like, okay, this is what a Splinter would be like in this generation. This is what maybe these personalities are like. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it is a. I mean, would you call it an over? Okay, beyond our past beliefs, would you call this a miss to the new generation? That's really the question I want to ask. Oh no, he's out of here. Let's see if we can get him back in here. Tip.
Uh,
Yo.
oh yeah, so you were saying something about Beyond the Turtles?
Okay, so I guess did you hear the part where I had mentioned the comparison with the boys?
No, I missed that. That's where I got booted out or something.
Okay, so basically I was saying that with kind of like the boys started off, the boys series had started off in the comics of like implementing what was going on with 9/11 with the lore of Marvel and DC comics and combining those all in one. But like, and then like, you know how the boys now, this series, the of recent boys, they're kind of implementing the politics of what's going on now with that same lore, with that time frame. So regarding the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, would you think that this generation could connect to this series, can implement themselves or be attracted to this? Or do you think that they missed?
Well, that's a good question, but yeah, I guess they can definitely connect to it. Or like, you know, I mean, like they can definitely find a file, like be like, oh yeah, that's so relatable. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Okay, I got you. I mean, I guess to be continued from here regarding the Tales of the TMNT series. 1 second, I gotta add this in here. But moving on from there, we could talk about the Last Ronin 2 series. I guess the first 2 issues of the Last Ronin sequel Re-Evolution. What's your take so far? Okay.
So it's all right.
What's your take so far?
It's all right. Like I remember your criticism from like I think when you reviewed the first issue and all that, and I kind of did like the first issue. That was pretty awesome. The second issue though, that's where I definitely agree more with your take on the first issue and stuff, because I'm like, all right, this is like the second issue is kind of like a little bit of a rehash of the first issue. Just it was a little bit boring in my opinion. The second one though, where April was talking to Professor Honeycutt about the whole, well, you know what I mean, about the whole mutation thing or whatever, about mutating the turtles. But yeah, I definitely see a lot of potential in there. But I kind of want the newer turtles to get a little bit more focus. Or yeah, you know.
Yes, I mean for panel and starting this off, I guess with this slow build up, I don't know. I don't think anybody who's fair weather who just arrived here for this story, I think they might be turned away with these first 2 issues. But an invested fan of the Turtles, I think they're trying to develop something not as so minuscule of what they've had in the past with the Turtles.
Yeah, because this is definitely something completely new, and I actually accept that. I was like, all right, I'm definitely here for it. I was like, all right, because we've seen, and that's one of my problems. Which, I mean, I'm not trying to again complain too much about Tales of TMNT, but it's like series after series, like there's always a new series where they keep going back to the Turtles being 15 and they gotta learn the same lessons over again. But this actually does feel like some character progression where this is a newer set of Turtles, so I can definitely accept like new characterizations and all that stuff. And they even got powers too, and I'm like, okay, that's there's some potential in that. I'm like, I want to see where this goes.
It's to me like it's fascinating, and I'm like glued to each panel and looking in the details and just trying to remember like a lot, because they're giving us a lot of dialogue, but my anticipation is really to just see get the Turtles ready to fight consistently and getting enough of them. But I feel like when this second issue, I feel like I got a little bit of an inspiration of body count, because I saw all these guns and all these bullets, like being thrown into that dangerous situation. He got a little bit of that darkness that like wasn't I guess it's not as dark because no, I don't think anybody officially has died yet, or maybe it's
Yeah,
insinuated compared to like
yeah,
the actual first issue of TMNT and Mirage.
yeah. No, I haven't seen anything super dark yet as far as Re-Evolution goes. But like, did you read the previous one? What was it? Lost Years.
Yeah, I did read Lost Years.
Yeah, that was that to me was a lot more darker and depressing than any of the Last Ronin stories. I was like, oh man, I'm getting depressed reading this stuff.
See me, I was kind of being dragged through Lost Years because the infant stages were annoying, but seeing Michelangelo kind of go on for those lost years, it okay. So what I got out of that the most from Lost Years was them continuing to develop Michelangelo into a better martial artist and a better
Yeah,
a spiritual person. And with
right.
those genes and that personality, when they throw in these new guys, to me these new mutants are OP over the turtles, like already.
Yeah, I would say like they're still kind of learning. Like I was kind of I see it like like Miles Morales, right, with Spider-Man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man got the basic abilities of he web slings, wall crawls, all that. Miles Morales has all of that in spades, including his camouflage and his spider sting and all
Mm-hmm.
that. And then there's other Spider-Man, like other Spider-Man like versions or whatever that have like an extra ability that Spider-Man doesn't have or Peter Parker doesn't have. So that's how I see it.
Because if to pick and shift, that like at this very early stage, they've mastered multiple weapons. They've got they have these abilities, and then like these April and Casey are like master martial artists at this time. I mean, Casey's freaking ripped.
Oh yeah,
Although she's attractive as hell too. She's still like feminine and still going on dates, which I was happy about to
oh
make
yeah,
sure that they gave us a little bit of eye candy. But
oh yeah,
like
she is bad.
but like starting off underdeveloped as these set of turtles, I feel like they're way more. They seem way more experienced than the original.
I wouldn't say they're way more experienced just yet, because I
Okay.
mean, like the first one was kind of like their first fight and stuff, and I mean they're doing all like good and stuff, and it's not like, well, we're like they're on that level of like Michelangelo was when he fought like Haruto or anything.
Hmm.
But yeah. So like skill wise, yeah, I mean the turtles are obviously undisputed in that category, but they do have the potential to like surpass them with this whole new powers and all that stuff.
Um, I'm. So, how do you feel about the villain threat at this point?
Inside Revolution,
Yeah.
well, yeah, honestly, they had that's actually a good one.
Hmm.
I don't even think they introduced a villain yet.
Yeah. So, like,
Like I mean, I know like the politics or whatever is kind of corrupt or whatever they're talking about. Like I said, that's the part where I'm just like, all right, I'm dozing off. But
it was
I'm just like,
it was a slow page turner. It did start to drag. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I'm like, who's the villain again? Because at least from the original Last Ronin, they told us right away it's this guy, it's the Shredder's grandson, Hiroto, and we see him like he's like more tech based and all that stuff or tech savvy compared to like the Shredder.
Hmm. They're giving us these politics that go into this, and I'm really hoping by issue 3 or 4, or at least midway to the end of issue 3, that we get something traumatic to happen. City in peril, something. To me, I think I want a bigger conflict. Would I be greedy to ask for that, or do you think that's missing so far?
Yes, I kind of actually agree with what you're saying because, and this is a different kind of perspective, or I wouldn't say a different perspective because I'm pretty sure you felt the same way about this. I bet, but outside of the story, it's like because they released these comics like months apart, and I'm just
Mhm,
like,
mhm,
wow, I waited like 2 to 3 months just to get
mhm,
this. So
mhm.
I think the next comic comes out. I don't know if it's like November, September, or whatever, but it's just like, all right, well, you better impress me by then or something, man. Because I'm like, come on, versus bore me to tears or whatever, or just like give me the same story over again.
Yeah, like it.
So I'm just, want to get that ball rolling at least.
Now, what? So regarding Odin and like when he had turned into stone, like I knew that like it was an ability that he possibly like. It's almost like this stone. It's almost like how should I say this? Do you think it's like Ghost Rider or Spawn to where like if he takes too much damage, he'll stone up to recover, but at the same time too, it can be used as a weapon for strength when he's attacking somebody?
Oh, I didn't know they had that ability. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I do have my speculations about Odin.
Mm-hmm.
When I first saw that, I was like, okay, I see he's on some Colossus type of stuff where,
Okay, yeah. That's basically That's basically how because like it. I don't think he's commanding it, so like we don't know exactly like the full potential of what his abilities are.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, with their powers and stuff, like they gotta like because they don't know. Well, they know they have powers now, sort of, kind of, but they're like, how do I put this? The first time using it, so they have yet to master it. So that's why I'm like, yeah, because Odin, I'm pretty sure he can probably like stay in his stone form or whatever if he had more training with it. But the whole him freezing up thing, that was like, oh, my first time, so I'm still like, baby steps basically. But yeah, I definitely think it's like either off some Colossus type of stuff, or have you ever like heard of Metal Gear Rising?
Yeah, of course. Raiden with Raiden.
Yeah. I think it's like the final boss, Senator Armstrong, because basically, like his ability was he had like nano machines that like so whenever he takes damage, it's like basically his body hardens whenever he takes some type of trauma. So if he gets hit, his body will just harden up and like protect him like a shell or something, basically. That's why his like skin gets all black or whatever and then goes back to like normal.
Because
So like
did they say he got? Did he get hit with a? Would he get hit with a car or a tank?
no, he got hit with a sledgehammer.
That's
So
what it
like
was.
the
Okay.
face.
So okay. So I guess it can only take when. Basically, it took him time to recover from taking that much damage instantly.
Nah, like he didn't even feel it at all. He was like, because like he was like, I would say like, all right, that might have been like, let's say, well, obviously a sledgehammer would have killed anyone or definitely done some type of damage to almost anyone, really.
Hmm.
But I think like near death type of experience type of thing that it just came in to like protect him like that, like a involuntarily like reflex or something.
Okay. So it sticks out to me. Like he's the tank of the group.
Oh yeah.
So would you be disappointed if the next couple issues they take their like the slowest time developing each turtle?
Um, I don't know. I'll probably have to experience it, but if it's um, like I said, if it's just like they don't really explore it or whatever or go too much into it, I guess yeah, I would probably be a little disappointed. But I gotta see it for myself. I'd be like, all right, you guys are taking too long. You introduce these powers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this next my assumption that I'm really begging for is I want to see everything in action, and I still would like to see them like inexperienced with their powers and just seeing things spark up, and
Oh yeah.
then they need a threat. I think they need a. I think that I definitely. I'm just gonna go back again and reiterate that they're gonna need a bigger threat. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. What was the name of that robot that they used as the AI for the computer system with April? What was that
Oh,
original robot's name in the past comics? For some reason, it's not ringing a bell to me.
so his name is Professor Zankton Honeycutt, or well, I always call him Professor Honeycutt, but he's also goes by the name the Fugitoid.
Fugitoid. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, because he was an original character from Mirage, and he was in like the 2003 series, and he was definitely in the 2012 series as like a mentor to the Ninja Turtles. But yeah,
I thought it was kind of cool that they were able to keep him around, and because another thing that confused me is I didn't know what storyline, or I guess you would call it, which world or Earth that they were using regarding the turtles. So I didn't know if this is like the IDW series at its beginning, like, because I don't know what characters are canon and which ones aren't. If we are to get signs of like to reference the Last Ronin series.
oh yeah, I don't blame you. Because I actually remember like I was watching like an interview or something where like somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody from the Last Ronin was saying like, I mean, that's kind of like the point. It doesn't have to be connected to like a specific series like the IDW. It could even be 2012 or Mirage. It's just that look, we already know who the Ninja Turtles are. We don't got to go over their backstory again. We can just cut the like, oh, okay, this is them as adults. They meet their end. Blah blah blah. But yeah, this isn't the Mirage universe or anything. This is his own separate universe because I learned that when I think I was reading the second comic, or no, the first. Yeah, the first comic of Re-Evolution, where they changed some things. Like Shredder's dad in this version is Oroku Nagi, but in the original Mirage comics, Oroku Nagi was Shredder's brother or his older brother. So yeah, that's like that Hamatsuyoshi kill that Shredder wanted revenge on and all that. So yeah. So they definitely changed some stuff around or tweaked it a little bit for Mirage.
Okay. You've got, so another question I got for you. Do you have a favorite turtle yet?
For Re-Evolution, not in particular, no. Maybe Odin or probably Yi, which those are the ones that got their new powers and all that stuff. So there is that too. But I think I have a general idea. Like, well, I want more focus on the turtles, but I think I have a general idea of like each turtle's whole like personality and all that stuff.
I'm trying to remember which one was Yi. 1 second.
Yi,
is that the one with the yellow?
Yeah, she's the girl with the little yellow and all that stuff on her body. She's like she's kind of like the Donatello of the group, basically, if you were to ask me, because she got the little intelligence and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I like her art. Like, I haven't found the one that I gravitate towards. Well, honestly, I haven't gravitated towards one because I'm a Raphael guy, but I don't really like Odin. He's too big.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I don't.
I'm gonna like all the turtles, but I don't want to gravitate towards them. So I'm still trying to find my turtle to gravitate towards right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all have like parallels to the original turtles. Like Yi, like I said, she's like the Donatello of the group. Uno, he's like the Leonardo, but he's a little bit more kind of like a Damian Wayne version of Leonardo in a way where he's a little arrogant and kind of like a little bit of a smartass and stuff and all that. So I'm like, yeah. And then Odin and stuff. I know he's the big dude and all that, but he's kind of like the Michelangelo because he's like the nicest and he likes to eat a lot, just like the original Michelangelo. So yeah, but I think the Raphael of the team is definitely Moja. She's the other girl with the little reddish and the little yellow.
The darker, is that the darker tone? Like a
yeah.
brownish.
Yeah, like a little brownish or like yeah.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about picking her up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think she might be the next one. Like, this is my speculation, but I think she might be the next one, the next issue to get her new powers and all that stuff. Yeah, I think Uno, he might be the last and all that stuff at the last minute. But that's my guess.
Let me see that. That actually might be it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she is like Raphael, where she does have a bit of a temper, but she's very defensive. So like her and just like Leonardo and Raphael, her and Uno like to they fight a lot too, and all that stuff. Like usually Uno is always making fun of Odin. And he's like, man, that's because you're fat and all that stuff or whatever. And then Moja, she's all like, man, lay off.
it's
basically.
like I get they have their own personalities, and you get glimpses of them, but okay, what if Fugitoid was kind of explaining with all of their DNAs being used simultaneously and meshed together, even amongst these them being individuals, they might be all out of whack, like as far as personality and emotions and hormones go,
Yeah,
because like what's the lighter complected like almost white turtle called? What's their name?
yeah, that's Uno. Yeah,
Uno.
he's a guy. Yeah,
My fault, Uno, my fault. So
yeah,
Uno to me, like, I mean, it's kind of it's into health and it's a bit of a leader, but like Uno sometimes like isn't as nice as Leo, like even in the
no,
lost years. You know what I mean? Like
no.
sometimes it's an asshole.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm like, nah, he ain't no nice guy. Like, even in that one special Lost Day and stuff, he was like trying to flex in front of these soldiers and stuff, and was trying to act like he about that life. He was like, yeah, like I'm doing all these pull-ups and stuff. I'm super strong, and they're like, man, look at him go. Like, basically, you know.
I don't know. Definitely look like some nice character development. Would you okay? When should they drop merchandise for the new Turtles?
Um, I don't know. Anytime, really. That'd be cool.
I'd be ready
Or
for it. I think it'll sell like crazy. I know I'm gonna try and get the entire set.
I don't know about me. I mean, that would be cool though. But I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. I'm not like that when it comes to yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, resale value and all that. Like,
Oh yeah, that'd be cool though. Or I mean, I wouldn't complain if somebody got it for me. I'd be like, oh, you got.
NECA, of course. I don't know if another brand. I couldn't see the other like what is that? It might be Hasbro that's been because Playmates is gone now. So I forgot. I don't know who grabs the Mutant Mayhem. What company does Mutant Mayhem right now? What's
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the toys though, and like what company.
But I would think it would probably be NECA that would do that. But okay, closing on our segment for the Last Ronin. Matter of fact, any requests or speculations you got for the third issue of Last Ronin Re-Evolution 2?
Well, I mean, I guess my wildest guess is like it'll probably be like everyone just talking about, oh my god, everyone's got powers and stuff, and they're gonna wonder about the other two and if they can unlock it. And just like the other two, I'm pretty sure they're gonna like somebody like, and I'm saying it's probably gonna be Moja. Because you know, like you said about Uno, he's gonna have to go through a lot of character development. So that's what I'm thinking. They're gonna introduce him to be the last one to get powers, or he might be jealous. But Moja, I think, will be the next person to gain powers and all that stuff by the end of the story. And not Una, Yi and Odin will probably have to like practice or train more. Because I think Odin in the second issue, he had a lot more control over his powers and all that stuff when he was fighting those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But story-wise, yeah, I mean, it's a little kind of boring in some parts, but I definitely do love the art and like the action in there. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're definitely outgunned. They're definitely outmanned, outgunned, and then with the with the technology that's available, it might not be as easy of a fight. They're doing a lot of running. They're really containing and protecting people rather than trying to take down I don't think they're powerful enough to take down an organization yet.
Yeah, nah, they're not ready for that because it's kind of like they're, you know, the little starting blocks. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they need like some kind of enemy or something. I think they might have had somebody they sent the second issue or whatever, like some kind of organized crime thing or whatever. But maybe it's probably a more character-driven story than a story-driven kind of thing, you know?
Would you think they will gain an ally in the next couple of issues? Or do you think that they could be too OP for an ally yet?
They might have some allies. Like I think I remember, yeah, I think they had this Japanese cop or something that was with.
I guess I meant to say my fault. A mutated ally.
Oh, Yeah, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because they haven't really like gone too much about like mutation though in this version. Either cyborg, actually, in the Lost Years, they did have like some other creatures or whatever, with some kind of unexplained origin. Some of them probably could have been aliens. Some of them probably mutants or whatever. But nah, they don't really go too much about mutants inside Last Ronin. Just the ninja stuff, cyborgs, or uh, just organized crime.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, we're gonna leave that segment on Last Run into Revolution. The next topic I want to run to you with is the first issue of, I guess you would call it IDW's issue 1. Like, how would you title this new series?
Well, honestly, I don't even got a title. I just usually I'll probably say the year of the release, so 2024. But yeah, but it's nice you brought it up because I got all 3 comics in front of me. Last Ronin, Evolution 1 and 2, and I got the first issue.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, you already? Oh, you somebody got this first issue that dropped. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let me show you right quick. There you go.
See what cover you got. Cause I got the R1 cover of this first issue.
Oops.
Nice.
Yeah, I just grabbed what was available at the comic book store, but yeah. But I think I like this cover though. Yep.
I like all of them. I mean, yeah.
I think they even had one with Kevin Eastman, but nah, that might be like a variant cover or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which that might like I think I saw it at the store. It cost like 40 something. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I think I dropped. I think I dropped like 15, I think I dropped like 15 or 20 on mine.
Okay.
But I mean, teaches his own. Teaches his own.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Teaches his own. So, I take it with me. Okay. Matter of fact, people have seen my take on the first issue. What was your take on this first issue?
Well, my take, it's actually a pretty good start. I'm like, well, this is a better. This is all automatically better than how I felt about Mutant Town, at least. But
you think it's better than Mutant Town off the rips?
Oh yeah, like this whole story, I'm like, yes, thank you. This is what I've been asking for, like a complete either one-off or just a story where there's a decent amount of action and some good characterization. I definitely felt that here.
I was happy to see my guy Raph in his element, starting it off. So I had no complaints. So I guess the big question I got is if I were to sit down with Eastman and the writers here is they said, okay, so I don't know if this universe came into a blank from issue 150 because it said it's not necessarily a reset. Everything that transpired up to IDW's 150 still relates to now, to what we've seen.
Yeah, it's canon to, like, it is a part of the IDW universe, but excuse me. Yeah, it's a part of the IDW. It is still the IDW universe. It's just a relaunch, so they just like reset it back to like issue 1, but it's still like, you know, all that stuff, all those stories are still canon though.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out. I really want to know if there's gonna be any explanation as to how Raph ended up in prison.
Well, they kind of explained it a little bit in the story where they were saying like, because Raph was there because he was investigating something for the warden. I don't know what they were investigating yet, which that's kind of like what they left off, which was pretty vague. I don't mind that though. I do kind of like the one thing, and this is more of a nitpick that I do kind of mind, was like how they kind of cut through like some of this stuff. Like 1 minute Raph's fighting the foot ninjas, and then they just cut to like where Raph, I don't know if he beat them or if they got away or something or whatever, but Raph's already in the guy's office and the warden's dead. And I'm like, well, was this like, am I missing a page or something, or did they like put later or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, all right, that's my nitpick. But other than that, yeah, I like the comic.
So, I guess I guess the true answer to me is to help lead this in the right direction is once I see Donatello. The next issue is supposed to be Michelangelo, but towards the end of IDW, Raph and Michelangelo was kind of the were less relevant. So like, so I guess basically what I'm trying to say is okay. Raphael at the end of IDW just rode off in the wind on his motorcycle.
Yeah, because I think Sophie Campbell actually no, she didn't write
Mikey,
that. But
Mikey went. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, Sophie Campbell did. Yeah, that's Sophie.
I was about to say no. She might have had plans, and I'm kind of glad she probably didn't touch them because I'm like, especially for Casey Jones, because she wanted to do something with him, but I think somebody else had something in mind. So yeah, and currently the stuff that Casey's going through is happening inside. What is it? Untold Tales or Destiny of the Foot Clan or something. I haven't really read much of that story. I only read like one issue. It's all right from what I read, but there's like 4 other issues left out. So yeah, so I don't know what is going on in there.
I've only read like 1 or 2 myself, dude, but I'm collecting each issue, so I got you.
Yeah, I'll probably read it online or something first because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm invested right now in the IDW, except for, well, this comic, but yeah.
Well, they've got. It's not just one person. They're not doing the Sophie Campbell again. I'll tell you that. They're bringing in like they're having 2 creators work together. I guess panel to panel. Like he's using multiple people to do with Kevin and Peter. Ironically enough.
Yeah, because this story it's written by Jason Aaron, and I think he did some work for Marvel. I don't think he has much of a good reputation from Marvel, but I mean, he's off to a good start in my opinion with Ninja Turtles. So I'm like, all right. Sorry for doubting you, but Kevin Eastman though, I know Kevin Eastman is not working on Ninja Turtles currently. I think he's working on a different comic called Drawing Blood, because I remember seeing it in the comic book store. Because I've seen his art style in there and all that, and his names. I'm like, all right, he's working on that. But even during the whole Sophie Campbell Mutant Town stuff, he wasn't really working on that. He was more so of like the consulting writer. And when you see that consulting writer, that means they're not actually writing it. They're just like, well, they gave you a sheet or whatever of ideas that you can probably look through and you can, pick and choose what you want to use and all that stuff. But they're not. It's just to kind of get people to just buy it because it got that person's name on it, basically. They do that in a lot of TV shows nowadays.
I can see that. So I mean, like, I still feel like I got glimpses of the IDW art. Well, you know what, Gavin Smith. They brought it. I mean, Gavin Smith. I think it was Gavin Smith. This kind of looks like Gavin Smith's work.
In the story, or I mean, in this first issue.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was it Gavin Smith?
Well, it's probably not. Gavin Smith, he worked on the second issue of TMNT
Black White. Joel Jones.
You said Joel Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the art for this comic.
Yeah.
I see his I'm looking at his name right now. But no, Gavin Smith, which is funny because I actually met Gavin Smith probably like last month, I think.
Really? I got an interview with him I did last year.
That's pretty nice.
He's a friendly dude.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be in this next convention. That's in North Carolina, close to where I'm at. So I'm not sure if I'll go to it or not though. But Kevin Eastman should also be there too, so that'd be also pretty cool.
I mean, all in all, I guess I just want to see what this series unveils. If I want to see what glimpses or Easter eggs or insinuations they have with this connection to the IDW series with Mutant Town. If this is just an extension of that, I think it's going to probably. I think I'm going to get. I won't probably get my answer till probably issue 4. If issue 4 is going to be Donatello.
Yeah. Wait, it actually is going to be Donatello?
No, I'm assuming. That issue. I mean, if Raphael got all that attention in the first issue, I think that each turtle is going to get its own issue. The first 4.
Oh yeah. They are. I just don't know like what order. I mean, except for Michelangelo's up next. So.
Yeah, I'm only assuming that.
Right. Because I was like,
I don't. We're gonna find out if Jenica's in this series. That'll also let us know if Jenica's just gonna stay with Sophie or if she's gonna be a part of this.
nah. Well, I don't know if Sophie Campbell moved on to something else like I wanted her to, but like what you just said, what you told me earlier, I was like, oh, so that's who the Night Watcher is, huh?
I was like, I figure they're not just gonna kill her off completely.
Nah, they would have been done that if they didn't mutate her. But I was like, ah, great. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm not against a female turtle though. Of course, I mean, I know this is random, but I was like, because they can either utilize either Lita, or they could utilize Venus. Still, actually, no, Venus is dead. Never mind.
I mean, to keep it a buck, dude. I thought that Venus was cooler than Jenica, even though as much as people don't like the idea of Venus because of that old TV show, they gave Venus some justice in that IDW series.
Yeah, I guess you kind of made me realize that. I was like, you know what? Maybe I am probably being a little bit too extra about Venus, and even in this series, I'm like, you know what? She isn't that bad. Like, I'm not like a huge fan of the origin, and maybe I'm like, well, I probably would have told the story a little differently with Venus or something. Like, I would have probably had it like, if I had my way, I probably would have had Venus be like one of the turtles that was like back in what was it, Stockton, back in Baxter Stockman's company, because that's where the turtles kind of, you know, how they got mutated and all that stuff. I would have had Venus like be one of those turtles, just like Slash, and maybe they did some kind of experiment, and like she gained spiritual powers or some stuff, like something like that. That's what I would have probably done. But this though, they're kind of writing off the whole mutagen bomb thing, where she got mutated into a frog, and then this Frankenstein thing, and now she's like, oh, kind of a chimera of like a frog and turtle mutant kind of thing. So, you know,
I thought that was really cool because I did not like Venus at all. Like when I saw that she was making her appearance, I thought it was like lame before I read it. I was like, oh gosh, here we go. But
yeah,
especially
and the design is actually nice too.
It got better. It got better than as like disappointed I was to think that she was coming back.
Yeah, I just wish they were like, well, I don't know, because I don't know if they're trying to make Venus into like a love interest for Donatello or whatever, or whatever, because they have Donatello like so like hung up over Venus, and I'm like, dude, you just met her. Well, I'm not sure if it's romantic.
He's the only turtle that don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to do something.
They were trying, you know, say they tried.
Yeah, they were trying something with Mona Lisa, but Sophie Campbell completely dropped that idea. She was like, well, I just imagine if I was in Mona Lisa's position, then and I'm like, okay, but you're all mutants and stuff though, because basically Donatello told Mona Lisa his story, and she was like, oh, well, that's weird, and then just like, oh, after that, nothing. I was like, that's a waste of time.
And then yeah, another thing I wanted to include was was her name Lita, the albino turtle with the red slashes around her eyes that ended up being the what's the
little future leader, or she was a little time trace like Renette.
Time trace. Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean. Yeah, when I first saw that character, I was like, you know what? That's actually one of the ideas I actually like from Sophie Campbell, because I definitely see a lot of potential in it. Because I'm like, you know what? Because I had an idea even before that where I was thinking, what if, well, because, you know, I'm like, oh, well, fan fiction and all that. I'm like, what if you had Venus as like the adopted daughter, or like a younger sister to like the Turtles or something like that? And I was thinking, you know what? This could be an interesting idea. Like, what if you made like Leonardo's adopted daughter or something, and Leonardo can be like a teenage dad and all that stuff, you know? I think that would be a pretty cool art.
Through that, that's one of the characters' development that I didn't want to see come to an end. And that was probably one of my disappointments. I thought they dropped the ball with like the last battle scene for 150, but with I guess
Yeah, that was.
there's still an opportunity. Maybe we'll see her again. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, most likely. I mean, what's kind of weird to me though, what they introduced in the kind of around the
I'm
finale
gonna let
was
you at
that.
least see a picture of Lita.
Yeah, like what's weird to me was that they made Lita not only the adopted daughter of Leonardo, but also, excuse me, Donatello. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, okay.
I'm trying
I
to
was
see
like,
this
are
thing.
we not going to be consistent or what's going on here?
You're. I didn't. Yeah,
So yeah, that was just completely weird to me.
I got some
But yeah, I
fan.
mean, but she definitely has potential though. I'm just like, I just don't like the whole when future leader shows up and she's like spoiling stuff or whatever, and it's like mostly like weird future ideas. I'm just like, nah, I can't get down with that.
I was so hot they did my boy Raphael so dirty because he did so much time traveling. Like his brain, he was pretty much brain dead. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
y'all gonna have my boy go out like that at the end, and it's like, I'm like, this is getting epic. I'm one of the few people that was all in excited for the road to 150.
God, that's what I was saying. Like, I was like, man, y'all. I'm like, you got, and that's also why I made that thing about Raphael getting disrespected so much because I'm like, man, first or now you give him some kind of weird time travel with schizophrenia, and then you had him like, okay, you're trying to build up this like where you're trying to like build up this hype with Ninjara, because you saw my other video with Ninjara and all that, Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
So like his old girlfriend from the Archie comics, but they're like gonna become a couple or something, or it's implied in the IDW comics after Alopex, and you automatically like just broke them up in dialogue. It was like, well, we haven't seen Raphael ever since him and Yumiko broke up. I'm like, but you haven't. Okay.
I definitely felt like my boy Raph kind of got jaded in the IDW series.
Oh yeah, and what's even worse in that same panel, like Leonardo, I mean, was also like, yeah, and we also haven't seen Jenica either since her and Sheena had ran away together and got married. And I was like, good God, do you guys hate? Like, do you like to cuck Raphael in favor of Jenica or something? Or like, come on, man. This ain't gonna make me like her any
Elements
better.
are like really close to each other, and they're not going to have her freaking butt heads with Leonardo because they pissed off enough people.
Nah, I mean, to be honest with you, Jenica hasn't had much interaction with anyone apart from really Raphael. I don't think she's had much interaction with Donatello, Leonardo, or Michelangelo unless she's like, get it together. Or she'll just say some random pep talk or whatever. Well, just with like in that same manner or something. I'm like, girl.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, I have so much respect for IDW because, I mean, towards the end of 150, just simply because of Donatello getting the buff and introducing the magic.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't see that coming. Well, I mean, of course, like I guess like before those two issues before leading to the road to 150 issues, but like starting that series off, I just didn't. They took it as far as beyond what I could imagine it to be.
Yeah, like they're trying to like do what they can after the whole Armageddon games and all that stuff, where they kind of sort of got powers, but I guess Donatello was kind of exploiting his a little bit more. That was like time related or something, and all that.
I got you. All right, we went through that issue 1. Let's see here. What's your take on the black, white, and green series?
It's actually not bad. That's also where I was kind of a little confused. I was like, does this take place in like the IDW universe or nah? But it's just a random collection of like just versions of the Turtles doing miscellaneous things. So I'm like, okay, this is a little interesting, I guess. But after issue 2, and let me tell you a little story about me in issue 2. So I read issue 1, of course, and I heard issue 2 was out. So I was like, okay, go to my comic book store. I think it's already sold out. I'm like, okay. So where I kept coming back, and I was like, "Did issue 2 come out yet?" And they're like, yeah, but we can just order a new one." They ordered a new one. I got it. I read it, and I was like, "All right, this ain't so bad." And actually, that's who I talked to Gavin Smith about, because I got him to autograph my first issue of Black, White, and Green. Yeah, he worked on the second one.
Flex.
Yeah. I got his autograph and stuff. Even though it's funny because issue 2 didn't come out yet, and he was like, "Yeah, it comes out next week." And I was like, "Well, since you're here and I have this," I'm like, "Well, I know you didn't work on it, but you might as well, like, you signed issue 1." He was like, "Yeah, sure." So he signed it. So I was like, "All right, cool."
He did. So
But
he definitely
anyways,
did work on the second one though. That first one with that Casey Jones story was Gavin Smith there.
yeah. That's what he was telling me too at the con. He was like, because I was like, "Yeah, I heard like Casey, you're doing the story with Casey and all that." I didn't know all that snake stuff was gonna pop up though. But I was definitely glad that he was doing something with Casey and Michelangelo, because I'm like, yeah, Casey and Michelangelo, they never, like, I've always been thinking about this, but they don't really have much interactions with each other like that,
Not at all.
or much, like, you know what I mean?
That's that's
Casey
right.
with everyone else though, definitely, but not with Michelangelo. Even though we know they're cool, but yeah.
I agree. They're trying to get some color. But I was gonna say, to me, I feel like it helps calm the brain down for Black, White, and Green. It's just like reading a newspaper to an extent. Like these short little stories, you don't have to take them verbatim or. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember like they used to have like Spider-Man and Garfield back in the old newspapers and stuff, and I love reading those comics.
And then it pays. I mean, in a sense, it pays homage to the previous artists. So
yeah,
gives them different looks. And I mean, who knows though? Like they'll probably throw in certain artists, and if we favor a certain one more than the other, or we speak about these or react to them, we could possibly end up hiring the next artist to be they might use this as an experiment to bring us another artist for its own series in the future. So.
Yeah, because I think they used I'm not sure, I think you might have interviewed the guy actually, or you might have met him, but that artist that worked on the Casey Jones and Michelangelo story in that second comic, his art style, I don't remember his name though, but yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think I only did one artist. As far as comic book, I've only met Gavin Smith, and I did somebody who did a cover. This is Asian lady.
Never.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
Nah, because I'm thinking it's like a guy or something, and he like, because I'm not a huge fan of his art style, I'm not gonna lie, but he did like some stuff inside the IDW during the whole Mutant Town stuff or whatever, and I was like, yeah, some of these designs aren't exactly that appealing, if you ask me. Well, it's not like the worst, but because I mean there was some pretty terrible art style in there where I'm like, man, turtles look like Martians now at this point.
No arguments or qualms there on that one. I'm trying to think which one. Did I dislike? Maybe it was the third story. But you know what? I don't know. I was just page turning. What did you like that horror element of that last story?
Of issue 3?
Issue 2. I haven't read issue 3 yet of Black, White, and Green.
Okay, because I'm about to say I didn't read issue 3 either.
No, the third story.
I saw
issue 2. With the pizza monster.
I was like, Wait, what kind of monster?
I think it was like a pizza monster.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I felt like it was like a Halloween special or something.
Yeah, I mean, the Turtles, I think they did have like something like Pizza Face or whatever. Even in the 2012 series, which I think that Pizza Face episode was probably the worst episode in my opinion from the 2012 series. But in that episode, like Pizza Face like was a mutant that like, was a pizza, and it was like Starro, so it got on people's faces and all that stuff and like brainwashed them. Even Master Splinter, so Michelangelo, he had to like figure out a way to save everybody, which is kind of cool. But yeah, but I mean, it's a fun little story though. So yeah, like this one at least.
I say it had its moments. I didn't complain much about it. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So I know you haven't read it yet. See, I'm trying to think would I be spoiling this for everybody if I mention this, but you know what? I'll just say this. With about three series starting up, I was trying to figure out who would be the Night Watcher.
Mhm.
And once the Night Watcher finally took their helmets off, it made sense to me. I was slightly disappointed because the Night Watcher's always been Raphael. But I mean, I guess there's got to be some kind of way to pay homage to a character that they've developed. I guess that's just to make Sophie Campbell feel better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to spoil it. I think I might have said it earlier at the start of this video, but I'm gonna keep that to myself now.
It's all good because I mean, there might be some people that's not even going to get this far. This is at this point I feel like we're an hour and 20 minutes in. This is like banner.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like definitely when they watch the restream or whatever. But anyways, yeah, when you asked me that on like Discord, I think what was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go back to the message or whatever because I was like doing other stuff and I was like, oh man. But when you like ask me, do you know who the new Night Watcher is or whatever, or like something like that, and I'm like, all right, it's most likely probably not Raphael, but you know who was probably like at least in my top. I don't have a list, but I was like at least top 3 as to like, all right, if they're gonna subvert my expectations, it's gonna be you know who in that case. So I was like, all right, yeah, and it was, and I was like, okay, that wasn't much of a mystery after all.
I thought that was the end of her. I thought the whole idea, like I really thought I was not going to see. I forgot about Jenica. For Jenica fans out there, like I don't hate Jenica though, but like I just didn't think I was going to get it, and you know, dang it, I just gave it up. All right.
Oh yeah, but
there it is.
Yeah, but Jenica to me, I'm like, you already know Jenica is like the worst character for me though. I'm like, nah. The worst TMNT character. But that aside, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I wouldn't say I saw the last of Jenica because I'm like, nah, they gotta do something. Like, I know they're gonna do something. I didn't expect that, but I was like, they're gonna do something with her. And honestly, I think the best way to utilize Jenica will be to honestly, like, in my opinion, kind of separate her from the Ninja Turtles and have her do something else. Like maybe she could probably like, I don't know, have her own kind of adventures or something like that. I guess I don't know, but I think Jenica would have been better if she wasn't a mutant and she like, because yeah, I told you about her old design where she had the little red hood and all that stuff and the little claws or talons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, they can probably go back to that. But I mean,
I wouldn't mind her in the Untold Destiny. Joining Karai.
Oh wait, she was in there?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't mind if she made an appearance and had like an actual like a bigger role in that story.
Oh yeah, probably. Because they're not using the turtles, they're using like mostly side characters. Like Natsu and stuff, and Casey's in there too. I don't know why Casey's helping them out because I mean I know they got a little bit of an alliance thing going, but I do love Casey in that comic. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm like, yeah, that's what Casey sound like. Because Natsu talking down to Casey, and Casey like, nah, I will knock you out, girl. Don't play with me. Like, yes, I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jenica was in there either. But I'm like, joining up with Karai though, nah. Jenica hates Karai.
I got you. Okay, one thing that I've noticed that's been kind of in common with all of these series, including the TV show. How do you feel about these humans being able to stand toe-to-toe with the turtles in these fights?
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that from your last review. Well, not your last review. Or yeah, you said something about that. With the purple dragons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not far fetched because I mean, well, yeah, the turtles they're mutants and all that stuff and enhanced, but we're talking like the Tales of TMNT Turtles.
Within every iteration of like every like all these series that I've put in that I've dropped in here, like this, I don't, I mean, unless like, I should say this, certain human being, I think the turtles should be more superior as martial artists against some of these foes and villains they went up against in almost all of these comics.
Oh yeah, definitely. They definitely, well, obviously they're way above average and stuff, doing the things that they can do. But you know, there are humans out there that might train and stuff like that, or do something crazy like, well, like obviously like Shredder or Karai or something, you know.
Yeah.
But no casual human should be like really touching them like that unless they like caught them really lacking. So like if they're like, oh, I was off guard or something like that or whatever, or something happens, or there was some kind of handicap. Okay, I got you. Or if it was like a large number of people or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, so that's probably one of my peeves out of that. I'm just like, you know what, I want to see more mutants. I know you're not crazy about it, but I do. I just want more mutants.
Yeah, about my community tab thing. I would definitely explain that in the video a little bit more. But as far as the mutants go, I mean, there is one mutant I definitely want to see, but I'm like, man, they just keep underutilizing this guy, or not even underutilizing him. They're like, man, looking over every other character, but this one character that can work in this specific situation.
Are you savoring the moment to say it for something else, or are you ready to say that now?
Oh no, I'm about to say it right now.
Okay.
Oh no, you're good. But nah. So a lot of people talk about like diversity, and I know you know I don't really like the whole Black April O'Neil thing or whatever, but there is an original black character that they have in Ninja Turtles that is a mutant. He's black, and he's a classic character, and that is Carter Dawson.
From from that last season of the cartoon show.
Exactly. I like his mutant design and everything, and I'm like,
he's got a new. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember Carter's mutant design.
It was like he was like really big, like probably at least 7 feet tall or something. Yellow skin, had like a mohawk or whatever in his mutant form. Like you at least remember his base form where he had the dreads and all that stuff, and the yellow shirt and the jacket, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
So okay, hold on. He looked like a dang. He changed races when he mutated. Like he's not even like. Okay,
like his skin is like yellow, like Simpsons kind of color.
Yeah.
He's got like some kind of red outline or something. Yeah, you know.
All right, so I have a take for you on why you probably don't see Carter, because this is my opinion. That is Peter Laird's baby.
Damn it.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, like.
Oh no, I get it.
Yeah, that last season was why things got so freaky, and they wanted to evolve them into like. That's why Peter Laird was ready to give kids a very dark Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, because I know he was definitely leaning on that idea about definitely making the Turtles his mutation or something get out of control, and they use that plot line a little bit inside Red Sky.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is that. So that explains it though. So I'm like, yeah, because I know there are certain characters from the 2003 series that I'm like, well, why didn't you just bring this character over inside IDW or something, or revamp their story or something if you needed this specific character, you know?
Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That just answered a question I had from earlier in the stream. Just because you brought Carter up and it just had my brain going. The new set of Turtles, they're gonna have a second mutation, or they're gonna have a moment of that. I almost guarantee. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna get out of control and weird, just like this, just to pay homage to Peter Laird.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I can see it. Never really thought about it though, but yeah, that could happen. And not to mention, they actually had Carter. He was in the 2012 show, but he had a cameo. Like, you know how like in the 2012 series, how they like were watching like TV or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
like there was always like a parody of some kind of anime or cartoon or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a superhero parody. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had like a Chuck Norris kind of parody. Well, you already know Chris Bradford. He was like the Chuck Norris version or whatever of the 2012
Mm-hmm.
series. But he had a cartoon in the show, um, like Chuck Norris's Commandos or whatever that show was, and there was a character on there who had like a mutation or something or transformed into Carter's form or whatever, and he was black too. So I'm like, man, why didn't you guys just put Carter in the show?
Man, push for freaking Carter.
Yeah, and yeah, yeah. But speaking about diversity, and this isn't a disrespect or anything, but I think you might have missed something from that Purple Dragons episode, actually, from the episode 3 about some certain Purple Dragon members, and that was
Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say like those are there were 2 characters in there, even though they look completely different. There is Hun and Angel.
That that didn't even click to me. You said Hunt and Angel.
Oh yeah, you remember them from the 2003 series?
Bruh, no. It's not ringing a bell to me right now. I feel embarrassed, but I'm about to look it up.
Oh no, you're good, man. So Hun, I'm pretty sure you'll get this one, but Hun was like the big bulky dude that was always with the shredder, and he had the blonde hair and the ponytail.
Oh, Han,
Yeah,
with the
Han.
box. Yeah, with the shave. Yeah, yes, Han.
Yeah.
with the
And then
tattoos on his
IDW
arms. Yeah.
exactly, which is weird because it's funny. I'm not sure if you know this, but in the IDW, Hun is also Casey's dad in that version.
Han is. Oh, you know what? Did you tell me that in the stream before, or did
No, I think
someone
I might have
else?
told you something else, or maybe it might have been someone else. Because no, I never told you
That's
that.
in the IDW. That's the same drunk. That's the drunk dad that was abusive too, as well, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he dyed his hair blonde though later, but and and he like was he mutated himself a little bit to get a little bit more bigger, like he was a steroids on something.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
looking at
that's
the
how
picture right now. Yeah.
yeah, that's Casey's dad in that universe in IDW.
All right, so you said which one of the purple dragons on the tails was Han's kid or Han's descendant?
So in IDW, Casey is Hun's son in that version.
Okay, yeah. I thought you said in tails. Like I missed something in
Oh,
tails.
oh,
Okay.
and Tails. Yeah. He's in there too, but he's actually the little. I'm pretty sure you would know this one. He's that Hispanic kid with the little facial hair, and that was talking about the chickens.
Was he the big guy or the one that liked the chickens a lot?
Yeah, that was the one who was talking to the Raph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Hun. Yeah, that
That's
was Hun.
crazy. That's crazy.
And then yeah, starting to click.
Yeah, they're like yeah. Now I feel like an idiot. I'm like, damn.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, he didn't look nothing like Hun. So
No, I wish I included that in my video. That's what I'm mad about. I'm like, damn.
now you're good. And then the other chick that was like the gang leader or whatever with the purple hair,
Mm-hmm.
which that's weird too, but that's Angel. And Angel is like and that's also who I keep saying. I'm like,
Yeah, she had purple hair as well.
yeah.
Did she
And
make
she's
any
in
appearances into that many comics? No, she.
no, she's in the IDW comics.
Okay.
She's so
I'm looking at her
in the
now.
Yeah. In the IDW comics, she's that version of Nobody and stuff.
Mhm.
But she also used to be in the Purple Dragons as well. Before, like in the start, but then she became a superhero named Nobody or whatever, and teams up with Raph's girlfriend Alopex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staying their player.
But they used her. She's in Tales of TMNT as like the little gang leader, but I think she's a little bit more older than Hun in the Turtles, which is kind of weird because Angel is usually younger. But okay.
I mean, I thought it was weird that Kitsune was this short Asian lady, like.
Oh yeah, very. And yeah, to answer your question from that video, yeah, that is the first time they've ever put Kasune. I think. Well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the first time they've ever put Kasune in anything in like animated wise for Ninja Turtles. Because she's only in IDW, that's where she was introduced. But it kind of changed her story here in Tales of TMNT, where, well, obviously she's not like a god or anything like that. She's more so like, well, a street level gangster, basically.
I think that might be why I like still let this ride, because like, I mean, you pointed out Angel and Han to me, but like when I see those little glimpses, I'm like, oh, okay, you guys is paying a little bit of homage, but still shitting on our history. But all right.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see, okay, I kept this up because, bro, even as a kid, I was so pissed,
disturbed. I bet.
So pissed when Peter Laird, this movement that he was dying for, I was so mad.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want this action figure. I didn't want to see this. Even when I rewatch it, I don't like it.
Yeah. I need to rewatch that season though. And funny enough, there's actually one of my
good stuff in there though. I'm not gonna lie. It's still some solid work in there.
Oh yeah.
But like it got demonic. I'm like, Peter Laird, man, get your just don't make a kid show. But you know what? They weren't gonna allow the Turtles to be adult. He was trying to ride that fine line. He wanted an adult show.
Yeah. Because I know they needed to compete with the X-Men, because the X-Men were kind of blowing them out the water at the time with the whole mutant stuff, and they're like, the show's a lot more serious and all that. But I mean, that ain't to say that the '87 series wasn't good then either, you know. But it's just like they were like, all right, well, let's start taking it a little bit more serious with Red Sky.
It might have been an entirely different situation if MTV picked them up. They came on after Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, they'll do that like that Spider-Man MTV thing. Like that, yeah, probably one season, but a couple of interesting episodes.
If anybody out there that's a part of Mirage gets a chance to get a hold of this, actually, it's not Mirage's fault, but as a property, everybody turned the Turtles down but Nickelodeon.
Dang. I did not know that.
It sat around. It had left 4Kids TV.
Yeah.
Sad.
Now, I remember you were saying it wasn't on Cartoon Network, but nah. It, like a lot of the like 4Kids and Kids WV shows, they definitely did end up on like Cartoon Network and stuff for a little bit though, you know.
Turtles had a moment. I think the Turtles. It was like late, like right before Adult Swim. You could run into some TMNT.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't remember like the specific.
It wasn't a long run though. I'll at least tell you that.
Yeah, because I definitely remember back in like 2007 when the movie came out and stuff, and I was like a little kid. I definitely remember there was like a marathon of like the 2003 series and stuff that was being played on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, to see that adult iteration, like, yeah, done without any restrictions, no governor on it. That's what everybody's dying for. But again, Last Ronin is in development. I don't know if it's the video game, and I don't know if we're going to get a cartoon or a live action of Last Ronin. We're definitely going to see more of it.
Because they were talking about a movie, and I'm not sure. I think they said something about canceling the game or whatever. I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm like, well, hopefully something comes up, because they released some trailers and all that, or not trailers, teasers.
There were so many rumors that came with it, like a rumored Casey Jones flick. I don't know if that's live action or anime or not. A Shredder story as well. See, I'm down either way. Let me see here. Think I'm gonna this will conclude the stream. Is there anything you want to add?
Nah, that's about it. I know we're still doing that stream when I finish up like Tales of TMNT, right?
Yeah, we definitely do that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, because I might try to develop some questions and stuff to try and definitely well, not keep us on subject, but what's the word? Yeah, I mean, just for the fun of it, like some stuff like, man, like if we can write Tales of TMNT and we had to stick with what happened with Mutant Mayhem and all that stuff, can't change
Mm.
anything about it, can't change the story, can't change the voice actor. So if we could specifically like write Tales of TMNT ourselves, like what would we do? Among other
Mm.
things. But
You
I'll definitely make some questions. I'll probably like send you on Discord, so I won't
okay?
like just come out of nowhere and ambush you with it.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. So
But
was that an example that you just said to me, or
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
okay,
like an
okay,
example, because I
okay.
think that might be a little fun.
Oh yeah, I'm with something like that for sure.
Yeah, I just don't have my thoughts yet like written down or like any notes, but I'm just like, yeah.
You got me. You got me. So you definitely got me. I'm definitely game for it. Let me get my outro. Cause see, I really wanted you. I mean, it's not like you have that many issues to finish out anyway. But if you had any like, if you could insinuate what could possibly come up next for season two.
For like Tales of TMNT,
Mm-hmm.
hmm. Um,
That's what I said. I mean, I kind of want you when you finish it, if you could see something coming out of it.
not really. I mean, because like shows nowadays, like I mean, we just saw with like Tales of TMNT that they just dropped all 12 episodes just like that instead of just going by like weekly. Like, oh, this week this episode, that week this episode. Although, come to think of it, I mean, it probably would have been kind of boring and a waste of time anyways with the whole like the turtles and stuff each having like that would have been annoying
Mm-hmm.
and a little repetitive too. But yeah.
I don't. I don't think this for an animation for a TV show or series. I don't think it cost them as much to create this show in comparison to some other shows that are out here that are animated.
Oh no. Because like anything? Well, not trying to blitz you or anything, but anything about like animation and stuff?
I mean, not too much. Not too much.
All
But
right.
okay, I would say this before you get into that. I do know that they played it safe with their budget with Mutant Mayhem, and I would imagine that they played it safe with this TV show too. So it's going to be hard for them to take a L. But go ahead.
All right. I mean, everyone does say that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, everyone does say that this animation, or at least the art style for the show, is a lot more better than the actual movie because they try to do some Spider Verse stuff with the movie. So I will say the 2D, almost hand drawn looking style is a lot more better than what we got from the movie. I'll say that much at least. But the reason why they nerf the turtles or their designs and stuff and try to make it a little bit like, well, we're gonna keep it a little simple and not so complicated, is because when it comes to animations and they're like, let's say animating fight scenes and stuff, it'll be easier to animate versus something a little bit more complex. So
Hmm.
let me use an example. So like like in the Bayverse or not the Bayverse, but with the Michael Bay Transformer movies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and how they have like the Transformers do all that like transforming on screen and all that.
Oh
I think that's
gosh,
yeah,
for like three
yeah,
minutes.
exactly. I mean, it's amazing, like animation wise. But let's just say if I had to draw all that, I'm like, no, I'm not drawing all that.
Mm-hmm.
That would take me like probably like weeks, if not a month or two, or I don't know how long. But I'm not doing it. I just do something like the cartoon where they're just like, oh, okay, just do in between shots and carry on 2D.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not doing all that. That's a little bit overkill.
I mean, technically, I mean, within 1 year, we had a TV show with 12
Yeah, yeah,
episodes.
yeah. So what I mean is like, yeah. So this is definitely a lot more easier to animate and stuff, and why like like the fight scenes and all that. But they kind of
Mm.
reuse a lot of scenes as well. So yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
But that's all I gotta say on the animation.
right, I'm with it. I'm with it. To me, I just don't want to. I don't want to see my product die. So.
Oh yeah, nah. Like I mean, I know I have my problems with Tales of TMNT, and I definitely got my problems with well, a little bit with the comics, but I mean, nah. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, there are definitely some good stuff. Like, man, I love the Saturday morning cartoon, and I mean, it's still succeeding and stuff. This relaunch looks promising. We still got the Last Ronin stuff. Definitely, that's carrying really. And then the video games, those are pretty good, except for like,
Merchandise is selling.
yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
there's so many Ninja Turtle figurines.
Oh yeah, they're definitely moving. So I mean, yeah, they should be good, but it's just like just mainly those two things are my main gripes.
I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. Anything you want to include before I end this stream?
No, that's about it. This is a pretty good stream. I'll probably try to download it and like re-upload it or something on my channel. I was looking for a reason to like because I downloaded our previous stream or whatever where we were talking about Ninja Turtles in like issue 150.
Mm-hmm.
So at least now I have a reason to finally upload that. I probably won't. I was thinking about doing some edits, but I'm like, nah, I'm a little lazy and I don't feel like doing all that. So I'll just upload that, and I'll probably upload this and carry on, and then upload our future stream.
I got you. Well, you know me, man. You know I'm not tripping. Just tag me in and let me know when I'm. Let me know I'm in it, and I got you. I'm gonna get. I definitely gonna. I'll definitely share and like and etc.
Oh yeah, definitely, and more so like a definitely like a backup. So if something happens or whatever, you can always like just download it, and there you go.
And then, not to mention, for the people that do get this far in our stream, Jonin's page is added inside of the description box as well. If you want, I highly recommend for TMNT content and references, subscribing to his channel.
All right. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. And this will conclude the TMNT discussions for August the 15th, 2024. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hit the like button for us. And if there's, at this point, if there's anything you would like for me to cover, hit me in the comment box as well. I might pick up a new series. All right, guys. Appreciate you, Jonan. I'm about to lay it down.
All right, see ya.